Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Only Leeds Bros channel. And yeah, guys, just back from a walk outside, and anyone that lives in Ireland knows that the weather today is just absolutely mental. It is sunny and it's roasting, and then it's lashing, and there's nearly floods outside. So yeah, absolutely mental. So I got caught in a bit of a rain shower there today, but got in, got myself a shower, and ready to do a video. So yeah, guys, the reason we're doing the video today is obviously news that broke this morning of Leicester City being cleared of breaching financial fair play rules. And initially, when I first heard that they got away with this morning, was somewhat of anger, frustration, everything that you'd expect from being Leeds United. Because obviously we were challenged with them there last year for promotion. They've gone to the Premier League. They've essentially broke the rules. They've got away with it without any repercussion or any regrets, and we're still down in the Championship. And from Leeds United's point of view, my point of view as a fan, is that, yeah, we didn't go to the Premier League. We lost the playoff final. We had to deal with that. And we lost it on the merit of football, of a 90-minute football match. We don't go to the Premier League, and Southampton go up fair and square. That's fine. That's football. But it's the aftermath of it. And it's everything that we had to endure as Leeds United fans should have started this window, of how frustrating it was being a Leeds fan, that we had to watch our talents and our assets and our players leave the football club due to wanting to stay within the rules of PSR, financial fair play, whatever term you want to use. And then it hurts the most. We obviously see Somerville go, Rutter go, the likes of Glenn Kamara go, nearly doubling our money on Glenn Kamara. But then the biggest one that hurts is obviously the generational talent, an academy product, a Leeds United name, and Archie Gray go. And it came out then today, or earlier on in the week, that the reason why we did sell Archie Gray is because we obviously needed to pay money back before the 30th of June. No bids came in, which Leeds United owners thought would be for Crescencio Somerville or other players. So essentially we had no choice. Our hands were tied behind our back and we had to sell Archie Gray. So that's what the most frustrating thing is about being Leeds United, is that we've abided within the rules. We have to go with the repercussions, and then Leicester City can cheat. I think they spent something like 25 million over. But it doesn't matter, even if you spend $1 million, you've still broken them rules, and they've broken the rules. And yeah, they found the loophole in the system. They've got away with it. Fair play to them. Their fans will be delighted. But the wider picture here has to be looked at. And it's the likes of Nottingham Forest last season, Everton. And us as Leeds United fans know how horrible it is when you're down there, you're battling relegation week in, week out, how hard it is, how it affects your mood. If you look at, imagine being an Everton fan last season where you're being docked points, you get points back, you're being docked again, you don't know what's going to hit your club this week. It's absolutely horrendous. And with this and what happened today, has essentially just shown that it's one rule for one club and one rule for another. And I've absolutely nothing against Leicester City at all. Absolutely at all. If this was Ipswich doing this or Southampton doing this and getting away with it, essentially it's still not right, and it's not winning the morals of the game. And then you think of, how have they got away with it? How is this allowed to happen with the Premier League, the EFL, this massive organisation that we call the best league in the world, and all these players want to come here and play in the Premier League and play in English football? How was there allowed be a loophole in the rules that they made up? I think is absolutely mental. And that needs looking at as well. But then when I get thinking about it then later on in the afternoon and the dust kind of settles and you start kind of processing it, essentially the reason why I kind of, after taking my hat off to Leicester a little bit, is that they found a loophole here. But you can guarantee and you can bet your bottom dollar that Man City to have 115 breaches of rules against them. You can bet if Leicester City have got away with it today, that Man City are getting away with it. And they'll obviously have the top lawyers and they'll have the cash to throw at it to get them over. And essentially what this FFP, financial fair play, is there for is to protect the bigger clubs, is to protect that top six, protect their revenue, and to stop any of the other teams breaking into that. And then I got thinking about Aston Villa there. And if you're an Aston Villa fan, and I know a couple of Aston Villa fans, and absolutely unbelievable what they've done, and the job that Unai Emery done there, getting them into Champions League football, is absolutely, it's remarkable, unbelievable, phenomenal. And as a football fan, you can do nothing but take your hat off to it. And it's classy in any of them clubs breaking that barrier of the top six, top four. And then you hear that they have to sell a couple of their assets and a couple of their players to balance their books. And it makes you scratch your head and thinking that, how is this allowed to happen? How, we obviously know that it goes off revenue and then bigger clubs do make the revenue and that's fine. But if they make the revenue, surely the lesser clubs who don't make the revenue should be allowed to spend that little bit more to be able to compete. And the whole thing about football, and the reason why we all love football, we all didn't love football growing up because the biggest transfers are how much money we have and he's getting X amount of money. We grew up football because the love of it, the competitiveness of football, the 11 player field that anybody can beat anybody on their day. Anyone can win the league, anyone can win the Premier League, anyone can win the Championship, relegation, FA Cups, whatever it may be. And that seems to just completely gone from English football. That it's all in place there just to protect them big clubs, to make sure that they're secure. And the Premier League, what it looks like from the outside is that they're so afraid that this Super League is essentially going to happen, that these big clubs, your Liverpool, United, etc., are going to pull out of the Premier League and essentially make their own Super League. But if you take the blinkers off and you look at it between the lines, it's essentially turning into that anyway. Because them clubs are being protected by the Premier League, they're being protected by the EFL, etc. And it doesn't seem right. It makes you sit back and think, well, where does this leave your football club? Where does this leave my team going forward? Do you know what I mean? Are we just going to be one of them clubs that are in there just to make up the numbers? And to me, it just doesn't seem right. The whole structure of financial fair play, PSR, today proves that there's a loophole in the system, that they haven't got a clue. And it needs scrapping from top to bottom. I do totally agree with that. There has to be some sort of spending caps on buying players' wages, because we don't want our league to go like the way it is in Saudi, where you're just throwing money at it to get the best players. That's not football. We don't want that. But there has to be some rules in place that makes it a level playing field for everybody, for absolutely everybody. And if you look at the likes of what happened to Bury as well, going bust for essentially not even anywhere near the fraction of what Leicester City have got away with today, it's not right and it's not fair. And it just does, it makes you think, and it makes you frustrating in football. And this is a side of football, obviously, that you shouldn't have to think about, that you shouldn't be worried. You should be worried about getting a bit of slagging off your mates that you got thumped 3-0 the weekend, or, do you know what I mean, giving a bit of stick that you won 3-0. Like, that's what football is all about. Not about all this PSR and money and spends and breaching rules and blah, blah, blah. This is the side of football that no football fan cares about, but essentially affects your club in a massive way. So, yeah, I worry going forward what this means for every club, and especially my club, Leeds United. Where does this leave them? When we do go back to the Premier League, are we just going to be a make-you-up number? Do you know what I mean? Are the bigger teams just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and are they going to be well protected? And essentially we have no chances to break that. So yeah, guys, that's basically obviously a bit of a frustrating video, obviously a little bit different from the videos that myself and Dylan usually put up. But yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with it. As I said this morning, I was so frustrated with Leicester that they've got away with it. But then the other side of the fence is now I'm more annoyed with the Premier League that there has been a loophole in the system, and it just proves that the whole PSR thing, it needs to be scrapped, it needs a rethink, and it needs to be made a level playing field for all football clubs. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to get your opinion on this one, because obviously it is a touchy subject. If you do, maybe there's some agree with Leicester City getting away with it out there. There's some agree that they don't. So yeah, let us know in the comments below, guys, what you think. Please hit the subscribe button as well to keep supporting the channel, guys. I mean, it means absolutely everything for us, and it really helps us out. So yeah, catch you on the other side.